Hello, I'm Audio. Welcome back. Take over. I'll start out this part by going over some of the things that people don't like about this game, and that's one of them right there. What I just did is one of the things people fucking despise about this game. And it's summed up in a blog, which I will link in this video if it's still up and I am able to find it. I'll let this dialogue thing go because I need more time to talk about what I'm thinking about. Basically, people don't like Daiteikoku compared to Daibancho and I think even Daikuji because there is like no open-endedness to this game. Like, okay, this is a perfect example. You play Sengoku Rants, okay? Yes, and I say that as fucking American as possible. I overpronounce the U. I suck at speaking like that. Suck my huge penis, I don't give a shit. I don't have a huge penis though, so... You know, I mean, it's just average. I'm done talking about it. There is, in Sengoku Rants, you can just go and you can go, like, I don't know what a good example is. Okay, Capital Battle at Hara. You want to fight that the first time? You go there and fucking Niwa dies. Because you're so bad at games, he dies. Okay, Niwa's fucking dead. You lose the match, you can try again. You don't get a game over, you lose. You lose something. And you have to replace it, and you have to continue trying harder. Hopefully you learn from your mistake. You certainly have the potential to. That's how that game works. In Daiteikoku, you go in, you lose, you get a game over. That's it. You don't lose units, you don't get a new chance at something, you get a game over, and that's it. And people do not like that. I can understand that. It's fine with me because I'm a save-scumming piece of shit anyway, so it doesn't affect how I play the game. It makes it more of a puzzle game, which is also basically directly quoted from that guy's blog. Unfortunately, I don't remember his name at the moment. I just remember his words, which is really all that matters. So Daiteikoku is like a puzzle game, and people don't like that because this game is fucking expensive. Have you ever looked at how much an eroge costs in Japan? They're expensive. If you're spending $90-some on a goddamn game, you better be getting a lot out of it. And people were not happy with this game because they did not get much out of it for, you know, the gameplay sake. I'm overly satisfied with this game because it's all the things I like piled into one thing. It is hentai. It is still a strategy game, more or less. And it's a, you know, satirical history of World War II. Those are all of the best things piled into one thing, and I'm playing it, and I love that. I love the art style. I love the visuals. It's great. It's great for me, but I can easily understand why people would not like it. There are more reasons than the ones I just gave for people not liking this game. I'll give those as well, you know. So later on, I talked myself into numbness, so that's always weird when that happens. And you know, like I said, I'll mostly leave the dialogue on when I need to talk, or it's something interesting going on. Like, all of the faction introductions I'll leave on. I have no reason not to. This, though, you know, like, it's just Big Sorge leaving. You don't need to read it. I don't need to keep it in, because I don't think I finished it in the last part, but this game has a lot of dialogue. You know, I didn't finish that thought in the last part. There's so much fucking dialogue in this game. If I were to leave it all in, it would very easily be 70% of the playthrough. And that's problematic for me, because, oh yeah, this is a scene where I'm basically doing this girl, and she's taking pictures of it, and it's like, oh no, Togo's doing this lolly-like girl. Oh shit, dude. And then no one gives a fuck, because everyone knows he does that anyway, and it's basically how you unlock her as a unit. You don't have to do this. Everybody's done that. Everybody knows that Japanese scene, because the first time everyone played through this game, they saw that big pink text bubble, and they're like, oh shit, dude, this is an H scene. This is the first fucking H scene in the game, dude. And then they do it. They do the H scene, and it's all in Japanese. Can you blame the translator for not translating the H scene? No. You don't even read the H scenes most of the time, do you? I didn't think so. I don't. What is this? Oh, and China wasn't like this. They didn't have some fucking asshole like this running things during World War II. Like I said, they were in a civil war, and it's actually a really cool moment. Like, When you look at, I'll let this go because this is kind of important. Anyway, Togo has a daughter. That's what this scene is about. It's kind of cool that, you know, like China, even though it was having a civil war, was able to be like, guys, Japan's invading us. Let's team up. Let's put aside our differences, or all of China will be gone anyway. And they did, and they fucking fought Japan. And I think Japan took most of the coast. I don't really remember. Huh. I'll talk more about that in the next part or something because I don't want to right now. In the background, you can see a picture of Togo's dead wife. Spoilers. I don't know. Will I have spoilers? Probably. I'm just going to speak my mind as much as I want here. So she has her own like route and stuff. She's not dead. Well, okay. All right. I'm done with that. Anyway, this is Togo's daughter. And I want to talk about this personally in this game because Togo is hated by a lot of people as well. My phone is vibrating. That goes to my bed. Because he's not like Rance. Basically, that's what I've rationalized it to. People don't like Togo because he's trying to be like a forced Rance kind of thing. You know, like all of his dialogue is, "Oh, I sure love pretty girls. I sure am a sex fiend. Oh, you know me, Togo, the sex hound." It's all really forced. It's not like Rance, you know? Like Rance feels natural, you know what I mean? He doesn't give a fuck. Look at the diviner girl's panties or rape her. Togo doesn't have anything like that. He has some awkward scenes later on that you'll see him, I'll talk about him, it's whatever. But people don't care for Togo, and I don't care for Togo as much as I do Rance, but I don't think he's that bad. I just think he's a little forced, and I can't really get behind him. So, you know. As for his daughter, she feels really out of place to me. I haven't done the route where she's more important. So I guess, spoilers, I won't be doing that route here either. That's fine though. But, you know, she's just not really interesting. And it feels like she should be more important. I don't know. You know, like if the main character has a kid, it feels like that kid should be really important or impactful to what the main character's doing. She's not really. She's like a scapegoat for the story later on. And it's just boring. She's boring. Togo's boring. He's boring because of it. When Gamerica fucks with me, because spoilers are going to fuck with me, I'm not going to do any of the sneak attack shit. I'll talk about that later on too. Because, oh yeah, I gotta equip boats. Did people get shot? I might have fucked up my usual pattern. Yeah, Mugen got shot. Cost to repair 405. That's not worth it. But I'm not gonna wait around for a jillion turns either, so just take the hit because I messed up. That's how that goes. As far as Raizo goes, fuck him, he's useless. Shipyard. Oh yeah, I was in the right list before. Admirals. And then Mugen. This guy has a lot of potential when you get the ship bonuses, or like the starting bonuses with the ships and the fish. Yeah, I'll talk about the fish bonuses later on. I'm not doing it now because, again, I have a lot to talk about. I give him a lot of the missile stuff at the beginning of the game because he's the person who can like maximize the usefulness, I guess. You know, like, oops. Shit, dude. There we go. Because all of his bonuses are pretty good. He has a really high command point thing, you know. He's a good unit in general. They just give stuff to. He's really slow right now. I thought I had a speedy unit, but I guess I'll just give him those. And that's another thing that I don't like doing in the interest of speed and like your entertainment and my own, like, for my own sake. I hate giving a unit like 30 laser. That is the most obnoxious shit in the world because then they have to take that attack with the laser and it's always negligible. 30 damage from a laser is always negligible in this game. It is just a waste of time. I cannot bear it. So I'll give him that, I guess. No, why would I give him that? He's just gonna go last every single goddamn time he goes. How does that sound? Togo needs some boats too, because all of his suck currently. He's also not very fast. I'll just give him one laser boat. Give him that, sure. She needs some good stuff too. This girl has a really good bonus. Education, I guess. It gives people more experience if they're with her when she finishes, which is great. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about her. This girl is really fast, and aside from that, she's pretty much crap. That's not very good, but that's fine. That's fine too. And I will move my guys now. You can't move units when they're hurt. That's why I healed Mugen, because I need to do this as fast as possible. I hate having China on the map, just because they're, you know, they're in this little choke point hovelly area. You can just go in there and finish it and be done with it. Let me save too. I don't know why I'm saving right now, but whatever. Save it on my empty one. There you go. Real time. You can see that I just did all of this now. And phase, because I don't know if I can save later on. It's gonna be weird. Anyway, I'm gonna make this whole turn fit into a part, even if I have to skip shit. I like this guy's design, even though you don't really see him at all. Anyway, he's from Gamerica. Like I said before, America was heavily influencing what China was doing. The nationalists, I guess, right? I don't remember their names, but you know, I already explained. It was split communism, capitalism in China, and that's what this is showing you. I'm just gonna blow through this, really, though. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, these guys count as dummies, too. Because you can't lose people, I just send these fucking idiots and combos out, and maybe... Because the enemy AI doesn't... It's not smart. It's like Sengoku Rants. It's all random. It just attacks things randomly. It has no... You know what I'm saying. So you can deploy stuff like this and it'll work out fine, because they'll attack your shitty unit. I also did not build a prison ship. I will not build a prison ship, though I will explain it later on. Yeah, I'll skip this too, because it's not really relevant to anything other than this battle that's happening. And I don't know if Higuchi's based on any real people. My mind is still pretty full of shit that I want to talk about with this game, considering I've been gone for so long. Again. Oh, that's so cute. This is like one of the cutest units in the game. It's horrible. It attacks you continuously. It manages to kill that horrible unit. And you can this is one of the units you can capture with the prison ship, but she's not useful. She's not a good unit, so I don't care. And here's the power of Mugen when you give him all that stuff at the beginning. If you don't have, like, the starting bonus like I had, and I don't feel bad about using that fish bonus thing, because it really just speeds up this stuff a little bit, and good enough, you know? He's not very good. He doesn't seem to be very good. He just has a lot of command points. If you're very new to the game, you won't understand, like, the combat style, you know? Like, you won't understand it goes fighters, lasers, missiles, cannons, and you'll basically just rely on laser units for 60% of the playthrough until you cannot use them. Like, until you realize, oh shit, these guys are immune to lasers. Oh shit, these fighter guys are one-shotting me. You won't even bother. Oh, and I won't be building things like Electric City. I might build, I think it's the Curry Wolves? I don't remember. There's one of those that I might build, but Electric City is for that really speedy Admiral girl that I have, and most of her shit is not translated, so it's an automatic no for me. I'm just building quarries for now, because I can change it later, and I'll give it more thought when I'm off screen, you know, and I guess maybe strategizing. I'm just gonna skip this chat too, because I don't care. I really don't care. It's just this guy who's irrelevant by, like, what, turn 3, talking shit. Alright, and this David Conhawk guy, he's not really relevant either. You encounter him as an admiral later on, and I think you can capture him and use him. I'm not positive about that. Like I said, I really like his design, but he's not important beyond this. You won't even see him for a while. And this is the conversation phase, which I already talked about briefly, but I just skipped right into the hentai scene with that girl and kept going. I hate this because you can pick one per turn. That kills me, because I want to know more about all of these people. Most of it's not translated beyond, like, the second half. Beyond second half. That would be beyond the whole thing. So beyond the first half, that's what I meant to say. Doing this right away to get this shit done with. It's not translated, which is a fucking pain in the ass, because everybody who clicks this the first time clicks the top option, which keeps Higuchi. It keeps him in your roster. He sucks. He's a horrible unit. He betrayed you in the opening cutscene, and he betrays you again. His bonuses suck. He's a piece of fucking shit, and you just click the second option. It executes him. He's gone from your life. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Bada bing, bada boom. That's how you do it. Now you know. Well, I guess we're going into this at the end of this part. This is going to be a mouthful, so I didn't really want to do this. But there's a lot to say about how Germany is portrayed in this game. There's a lot to say. It's going to be an earful for you guys, coming from me, probably. First of all, I love the industrial design. I absolutely adore this design. And in real life, I loved Nazi Germany's designs. Like, their costumes, their ridiculously grand, like, military design, which I'll talk more about later when I'm not so tired. I haven't really done this kind of recording for a while, so it's kind of exhausting me. But to start out, Dokutsu's history is spot on in this game. After World War I, which was Germany's fault, basically, Germany got fucked because they lost, and they were horrible. Like, they got slammed with treaties restricting their military capability. Their economy just was horrible. They were, like, global underdogs. They were shit on globally. And somehow, Hitler came to power and just miraculously changed everything around. Like, you know, I mean, people... I'm not going to talk about the Hitler evil thing right now, because that's going to be... I got a lot to say about that stuff, too. And, you know, my viewpoints on all of that stuff, which, you know, I'm a fairly enlightened individual, so, you know, I have really good thought-out opinions on things like that. So I'll talk about that when the time comes. But, you know, Hitler was a genius, and he did a lot of great things. And Raitia in this game is obviously Hitler. With her is Goebbels, who is based on the Goebbels from real life as well, who was basically second in command for Nazi Germany. You can see the other German officials in this game. They're there. They all have important roles. You know, I'll talk about them as the time comes too. I really want to talk about the music. I love this music. I love Raitia's design. Who doesn't love Raitia? Who does not adore her design? Her voice is great. Her design is great. It's just perfect. She's, you know, she's so pretty. I love it in this game. I love it. And this kind of thing could only come out of Japan. You know, the Western world would never have anything like this. I'm talking about the game. Or, you know, this kind of a parody or anything. It's just too awesome. So, they, you know, turn fascism into fansism, and the meaning has changed a little bit too. They're not direct things. Like, sharism in this game is almost completely a copy to communism. You know, for the most part. There are some nuances that I'll talk about later on too. Sharism comes up way later in the game. You don't deal with Russia until way later in the game. And they're called the UHOS in this game. But yeah, I mean... Like, it's, before I played Daiteikoku, Raitia was, like, a really important thing, you know, like, it's like, what do I compare it to? Oh, God, a mainstream game, I guess. What do I pick? BioShock Infinite is new now. Elizabeth. Everyone knows her. She's gorgeous. She's the figurehead of BioShock Infinite. You know who she is, even if you haven't played the game, and that's why I can use this example. That's what Raitia was to me. When you first play that game, you're looking for that character, and you're wondering how they're introduced. You're wondering if they're actually as important as you think they are. Raitia is. When, you play, you know, like, you don't have to... Well, I don't want to spoil that yet, I guess. Anyway... The Germany side of this game is great. I really love it. And, that's really all I have to say about it now, so I guess I'll skip ahead a little bit. As much as I'd like to include all of this, it's not really point. You know, there's not really any point to do so. I'm going to have a lot of opportunities to talk about Germany later on in the game as well. I guess I'll let you have some of Raitia's wonderful voice, but this is a long scene too, because it's the introduction to Germany. You know, but I don't have forever in my parts either. This one's already gone on for almost 20 minutes, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip on a bit. And, you know, this isn't really important either, so it's not like it's a big deal to skip it. And I don't have a problem doing so. So we'll do that, we'll move on, and of course I'm going to skip the Japanese, you know, dialogue for China, which is about that girl, and you have to defend sometimes, and it's easy. Chinese defending against China is extremely easy. Need one other person, her. Boom. Do a quick one shot here, and be the end of this part. I'll talk more about Togo and stuff later on too. Togo is based on a real person. His ship is based on the flagship Yamamoto from real life. It was the main ship in the Imperial Japanese Navy. It got owned. Talk about that stuff later on too. The commander of the flagship Yamamoto was Isoroku. No, I have something wrong. I think it was named after him. I'll have to look it up. Sorry, don't quote anything that I just said. Yeah. So, let me see this. I think this is the Gamerican thing. These conferences, I'm going to tell you this right now. I hate the music that plays at these Japanese things, and I'm going to skip almost every single conference and just tell you what's happening. They're talking about China, and then Gamerica's like, oh shit, you know, we gotta step in. We're America, you know, we gotta control everything. So if you agree to their thing, you lose money, and you can agree to it 3 times, I think, until they just get you by the balls and you have to decline. So you lose money, you lose money, you lose money, and then you decline, and you go to war with them anyway. So I just cut the bullshit, and I automatically picked the one that sends you to war with Gamerica, which is fine with me. Also, that commander girl, completely uninteresting. That diplomat guy with the scar on his bald head, completely uninteresting. Mikado, whatever, you know. So I'll see you in the next part.